Hey y'all. So if you read the title of this video, then you know I have a huge secret, and that is I am pregnant. I'm still like letting that sink in, saying those words, because to be honest, I never ever thought I would be saying those words ever. So I'm sorry if this is like all over the place, because I am all over the place. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So let me just jump right in. So first things first, I am about 5.5 weeks pregnant. I did find out at 3 weeks that I was pregnant. And if you're watching this now, I'm already later into my pregnancy, but I wanted to go ahead and film these videos now and kind of track it and then post it later once I was further along for obvious reasons. But I wanted to go ahead and film this for you guys because I wanted to not only document this for myself and my future child, but I also wanted to document it for you guys if there are other new moms or just women in general that wanted to follow along with my journey. I wanted to document it. So I do plan on doing updates throughout my entire pregnancy. I'm probably going to do like a few Q&As throughout. I just have like a few different things planned. So deep breath. Okay, let me wrap my brain around what's happening. Okay, so first things first, you're probably wondering is, were we trying? And the answer to that is yes. However, I need to kind of give you a backstory, and I want to do a separate video going into more detail about this because I do feel like it's important for some women out there, but let me get comfortable. Okay, so the reason I say we were trying, but I need to tell you a little bit of backstory, is my husband and I have been together for over a decade, and we have never tried to prevent a pregnancy, if that's how I should put it. But I have Crohn's disease and endometriosis. I'm sure if you followed me for a while, you know that. I'm also in my early to mid 30s. So I have a lot of things working against me. And my husband and I from the very beginning kind of decided that if it happens, it happens. That's why we never like really truly tried to prevent a pregnancy. We just always took the approach, if it's meant to be, it will be. We never wanted to force anything. We never wanted to be stressed out about anything. And also, some women may not relate to what I'm about to say, but I'm being honest. I have never been truly passionate about having a child. I've never felt this deep down longing to be a mother. And that sounds kind of weird now that I'm saying it, because I feel like more women feel that yearning and that desire to be a mother. And I know so many women would do anything to be a mother. I don't necessarily feel that way. I always took the approach, if it happens, great. If not, that's perfectly fine with me too. I feel fulfilled with my life the way it is. If God feels the need to bless me with a child, then so be it. But things kind of took a turn the beginning of this year. So throughout my endometriosis, I've gone through several treatments. I've even gone through hormone injections to actually put myself into early menopause. I mean, I've done a lot of, I've had surgeries. So I've done a lot of different things that I knew it would make it harder on me and my body to get pregnant. But at the beginning of the year, well, let me back up. So for probably the last year and a half, I've really struggled with my endometriosis. That has been a more of a burden than my Crohn's disease, to be honest. And I was getting to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't take it. I'm in pain. I'm not functioning. I'm not living my life. I can't live like this anymore. I'm gonna try not to get emotional. Didn't expect that. Okay, so I had gotten to a point where I just said, I can't do this anymore. So the beginning of this year, I actually went and met with my doctor, and they found a mass in my abdomen. I briefly talked about this actually in like an update video. And I sat down with my doctor and we talked about different options. Long story short, everything was okay. It was just a huge cyst that had just kind of like taken over my ovary. And my left ovary, it's kind of been questionable if that is even functioning. Last time they went in with a scope, my left ovary is actually fused to my abdomen from my endometriosis. Like, I have one of the worst cases of endometriosis. Like, let's just be honest. So, I mean, I'm full of it. So, you know, we sat down and she was like, look, and I love my doctor. She was like, Sarah, you can't keep living like this. Like, and she knew my husband and I took the approach, if it happens, it happens. If not, we're okay. She's like, you have to make a decision. And she's like, I don't want to put that kind of pressure on you. She's like, but you can't keep living this way and suffering for no reason. She was like, so why don't you give it a year? Why don't y'all really try? And if at the end of the year, make a decision, you know, go back on hormone treatment. We had talked about a hysterectomy. We had talked about removing my ovary. You know, there are different options. She was like, but you've got to do something. So my husband and I decided, you know what, we're not getting any older. Let's just truly try. So I downloaded an app, you know, to track my ovulation, which, you know, we've never done that before. So I was like, all right, let's just see what happens. And I told myself not to get worked up and stressed out if it didn't happen, because I know that stress, you know, can prohibit that. And again, if it happens, it happens. But I will say with each month that I would start my period, a little bit of me would be like, okay, maybe it's not gonna happen, okay? Well, then 8 months later, I found out in August. I'm filming this in August, by the way. I was set to start my period and I started getting cramps, but no actual period. I was like, okay, 3 days go by, 4 days go by. By the 5th day, I was like, something is not right. Like, I'm feeling pain, but no actual period. My boobs, out of control, sore. So I Googled it. Everything that came up was like pregnant. I was like, okay. So I told my husband, I think I'm pregnant. So the 6th day, I decided to take a test, and immediately, like, there was no wait time. Like, I'm talking, as soon as I pee on the stick, it's positive. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've now known for what, 2.5 weeks, and I'm just now kind of like, I think I'm still in shock, but the first week I was out of my mind, just terrified. I'm still terrified, but the fear I felt that first week was just like no other. My mind, it's like literally I was just walking around and all I could think was, I'm pregnant. Like, it just consumed me. And I think I've just had time for it to kind of sink in. And I know the further I go, the more it will sink in, but it's just crazy to me. Like, our lives are about to change. And I never thought this would happen. So now that that's out of the way, sorry, that was a really long story, but I felt like I needed to put that out there. I want to just talk to you about some of my symptoms, some of the things that have been going on. Obviously, the first symptom, I already mentioned it, is these things out of control. I feel like they have doubled in size. They hurt so bad. I have to sleep in a tight bra because the pain actually wakes me up. So that's symptom number 1. Symptom number 2 is bloating. I have so much just bloat and indigestion. I never get indigestion, but I have major indigestion at night. What else? I'm super anxious, but I think that's just because I've worked myself into a complete frenzy. You know, I told my husband the other day, I was like, this has got to come out somehow. Like, I'm terrified of giving birth. Okay, let's be honest. I'm terrified of giving birth. I'm terrified of having morning sickness. And I think that's why that was my #1 fear. Y'all are going to think I'm crazy. I mean, obviously, yes, I'm terrified of something being wrong with the pregnancy or the baby. More than anything, I want a healthy, happy baby and a normal pregnancy. But I think my #1 fear was being sick. I am terrified of vomit, you guys. Terrified. And I've spent hours Googling morning sickness, like cures, symptoms, what it feels like. Like, I've consumed myself. And I know that sounds so bizarre to some people, but I've like worked myself up, and I know it's supposed to hit between like 6 and 8 weeks. And some women have sickness all day long. Some women have it at night. Some women only have it in the morning. I am so scared to death, you guys. And some women don't have it at all. Please. So I went out and I bought every cracker, Gatorade, ginger ale, peppermints, like anything I found online that women said helped, I've got it stashed away. Like, I'm prepared. So that is my #1 fear in this pregnancy, is just being sick and being exhausted. But just some advice, if you're newly pregnant, this is just one thing that I've learned. I'm trying to only focus on what's happening to my body now and in the upcoming weeks. So like, you know, when I first found out, I was just like researching week 1 through 6. And kind of what to expect, what the baby, you know, how the baby is developing. I'm not looking at labor videos. I'm not looking at 9 months pregnant. I'm not looking at what I need when my child is 6 months old, because I know I'm going to get overwhelmed. So I'm trying to not overwhelm myself. I'm trying to take it day by day, week by week, just kind of, okay, this is what to experience now. These are the things I'm going through now. And I've also watched a lot of YouTube videos. So some of the girls that I follow, like one is Haley Page. What was that? Haley Page, her child has already been born, Annabelle, but I didn't watch any of her pregnancy videos because at that time that wasn't really an interest to me. So I'm kind of going back, watching her videos. My girlfriend Summer Whitfield, she is pregnant now, due in November, I believe, but I'm watching all of her pregnancy videos and updates. And just like searching random people. Those are the 2 girls that I've followed, you know, forever, that I'm watching their videos. But just searching like 4 to 6 week pregnancy, like just watching other people's journeys is like helping to like ease my mind. So I'm doing that. My husband and I have already started like the name battle. We're trying to pick out names, and we're only picking out names for a girl because I'm only having a girl, you guys, okay? I'm not a boy mom. I'm not a boy mom. So y'all please say prayers that I have a girl. Like, I want a little girl to play makeup and dress up with. I don't want to go sit on hard bleachers and watch sports. Just saying. So I think that's it, you guys, for this video. I hope you stick around this journey with me, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of fun videos after the baby is here. So I hope you enjoyed this, you guys. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and please leave your advice and recommendations down below for me or any other women out there watching that are also scared out of their mind and need a little reassurance. That would be very helpful. Okay, guys, that's it. Bye.